I am not looking forward to this video, and I am already off to a bad start. So today we are replacing the clutch in my Volkswagen Beetle. This is the fourth clutch that has been in this car, and I'm very pissed off about it. I'm about to tell you why. I'm going on a rant on this one. So the clutch that I have in this here Beetle is a South Bend Stage 2 Endurance clutch. I was told by the company that I got this clutch from that this was the end-all be-all clutch, that you will never ever need another clutch again. I hate this clutch. It sucks. This is the second one that I've had in 50,000 miles. And before somebody starts saying, oh, you just don't know how to drive a stick. Okay, first of all, fuck you. Secondly, first clutch went out in 20,000 miles. Keep in mind, I only drive in the city with this car. So I thought, since this clutch only lasted 20,000 miles, that maybe it was my fault. Maybe I wasn't driving the car right. So I sent that clutch back out to get rebuilt by South Bend. It was like $350. Took them like a month to do it, which sucks. So, it's whatever. I get the new clutch back, and I decided to go ahead and reteach myself how to drive stick. Before I used to, ride the clutch over speed bumps. Now I just idle around everywhere. I don't even touch the clutch unless I absolutely have to. Did everything in my ability to make this clutch last as long as I could, and it only lasted 30,000 miles. So I am really pissed off that I have been through two end-all be-all clutches and 50,000 fucking miles. Especially since the original clutch that was in this car, that really god-awful dual-mass flywheel clutch that came in these Volkswagen diesels, that thing lasted 122,000 miles, never slipped, not once, ever. Has never once ever slipped on me. In fact, the only reason why I even replaced it was because we dropped a valve in the motor, the transmission engine had to be split, and a new clutch would be a good idea. And yeah, the end-all be-all Stage 2 Endurance clutch from South Bend. Great idea. Yeah. It is so easy for me to pull this transmission, and I hate saying that because that's how many times I've pulled this fucking transmission out. That original clutch that was in here for 50,000 miles of its life was driven hard in the city. God knows how many people learned how to drive on that thing. I know my mother learned how to drive better at stick, relearned how to drive stick on it. Pretty sure my stepfather also learned how to drive stick on this thing. Not too sure about that. He'll probably say in the comments that he didn't. Because the OEM clutch did so much better. I'm not putting the original OEM clutch back in here. God no. Screw that dual mass flywheel. Instead, what we are doing is we are replacing it with a Snatch VR6 clutch. It is a popular upgrade. They're pretty nice. Here, I can go ahead and show you. This is the Snatch VR6 clutch. It is a OEM VR6 clutch. Nothing special about it at all. It is a popular upgrade for these Beetles. I wouldn't recommend going with a lightweight flywheel as far as like gas is concerned, like gas motor wise. This is a pretty light flywheel for this engine. On the diesels, you really don't want to go under 21 pounds, and that's what that is. Currently, I have a 22-pound flywheel in there, so maybe I'll see a little bit of a performance bump. But yeah. So before we go ahead and get to work, I just want to go ahead and ask very nicely to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is the shittiest of shit shows, as in the quality's okay. Content's not really that good. But hey, at least I got a personality. So yeah, maybe subscribe, because that'd be cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a time-lapse of this entire thing. I have my second GoPro, just time-lapse the entire freaking job. And I will come in bits and pieces every once in a while with the regular, nicer GoPro, the Hero 9. And talk and say what I'm doing on certain things. Pretty sure the time-lapse will do that for you. So yeah, enjoy the time-lapse, enjoy the music. If you like that music, by the way, down below will be a link directly to the song. It's a copyright free, so leave me alone, copyright YouTube crap. And I also want to give out a big thanks to my parents for allowing me to use their space to work on my piece of crap Beetle. So thanks, Mom and Dad, I really appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and get to work. I really don't know how this voiceover is going to sound, but we're going to go ahead and try it anyways. I might have to get a different mic. We'll see what happens. But probably wondering what this giant frickin' 4x4 that I have holding on my shoulder, and the reason why I'm voiceovering this, and that's because the mic on my GoPro is messing up because, man, do I just love having mic problems. So I'm using that 4x4 because it's cheaper than a engine holder thing that you would put up top to hold the engine up. I do have a 4x4 with a notch cut out that I actually use for this car that is significantly smaller than this one, but unfortunately I left it at home, which was like 45 minutes away, and my only ride has a transmission that's about to come out of it. So yeah, that's what that is there for. Besides that, everything's going pretty smooth. Everything's working out. So we'll get back to the time-lapse bit. Okay, let's see how the GoPro mic sounds, just for shits and giggles. Transmission, obviously out. I've already cleaned it. Hopefully you guys saw that. I have a brand new throw bearing in it. I've greased everything up with the nice high pressure moly grease, just, you know, the good stuff. I have the old clutch, which is junk, and I'm about to go ahead and put in the new clutch and then put everything all together. And here is the old clutch. So this looks just fine, but if you look at the head of the bolts, looks like there's some scraping happening. That's interesting. That explains why first gear was such a bitch to get into. So they built this down, and that caused that to grind, which sucks. And I went and I looked at the new one. This one has a raised section right here. The new friction disc is completely flat right here. This is not raised. So that will hopefully fix some problems. And this is worn down, but as you can see, I didn't beat the shit out of this clutch. There are no hot spots at all. Like, at all. This thing looks really good. And this is what happened last time I rebuilt this freaking thing and I sent this clutch to get out. Clutch looked perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it, and yet it slips. There's no oil on it, it's just worn down. So that's why we're going with a VR6 clutch. So let's go ahead and install that new VR6 clutch.
What's up, guys? So I forgot to record an outro to this, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this Do It Dan style and just talk over the last little bit of me working on the car. So clutch is in, car's running great, everything's running good. If you guys actually enjoy this kind of format with the videos, please let me know. It's much easier for me to edit and record and still be able to get done what I need to get done. So definitely let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments below. Also, leave in the comments below about how much I suck at doing this. You guys are stopping by for the first time, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. There's new shit show videos coming out every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, guys, that's it for today. I'll catch you guys in the next one.